Hello everyone, my name is Heather and welcome to the channel Bookables. Today I'm here to do a spring tag video because it's spring. The weather today, it's raining, but that's kind of springy. Usually they say April showers, spring May flowers, even though we're in March. But either way, it's spring. Trees are starting to bloom again. It's not looking so bleak outside. I'm happy. First, today I'm doing a tag that I've done many moons ago, which I will link down below. It is the Spring Has Sprung book tag. I will link the creator down below as well as the questions, but let's get right into it. First up, flowers. All the flowers we remember are blooming again. Pick a book that's a fresh take on a retelling. For me, I picked If the Shoe Fits by Julie Murphy. I read this a couple years ago. It's a modern take on Cinderella. It's about a plus-size character that basically gets to be on The Bachelorette, if you will, and it's kind of like a reality show, but also Cinderella, where the stepmother isn't evil, which is a nice, fresh reimagining in my opinion, but I really enjoyed it. It's a fun, fresh retelling. If you love retellings, I would check that one out. I enjoyed it. We have Cadbury Mini Eggs, obviously the superior springtime candy of choice. I'm gonna disagree with that. I think the Starburst flavor red jelly beans, those are the Easter candy of choice. Pick a book you consider to be a sweet treat. For this one, I'm going to take it back to February when I read My Phony Valentine by Courtney Walsh. This was the cheesiest of cheesy romances, but I ate the cheese up. It's obviously perfect to read in your Valentine's Day because it takes place in your Valentine's Day. It's not a requirement, but it's nice. But it was really cute. It was a sweet treat. I liked it a lot. It's basically about two characters that fake date. It's a closed-door romance, so no steam at all in case you want a clean romance. This is one to read, but it was just ooey gooey cheesy, and I really liked it. Next up, we have allergies. Seasonal allergies often make your eyes water. Yes, I have like 7 pine trees in my backyard. I am not exaggerating, and the amount of pollen and like pine is a lot. Pick a book that made you cry. So I don't cry a ton with books, like shows, movies, commercials even. Cry the drop of a hat. Books though, it takes me a fair bit to cry. So there's been a couple that come to mind. Number one, The Nightingale. I always talk about this book. This is the only book I will say that has made me full on sob. Like I'm talking about like I was reading it and like tears were falling on the page. That was, you know, I was crying. We know this one, but a recent one that made me cry that I did not expect to make me cry whatsoever was How to Sell a Haunted House by Grady Hendrix. This is obviously a horror book, but it made me cry. It's got a great brother-sister relationship, talks about family, and oh my gosh, it made me bawl. It was very reminiscent to my own life, honestly, this book, not like the haunted part, thank God, but other things, but it made me cry. Like, it was much more emotional than I was expecting. Also much more scarier, but it still made me cry. I should reiterate that the crying was not from the scariness. It was just from like intense, like emotional situations, but it was pretty scary though. Spring cleaning. Yes, I love spring cleaning. I've actually been doing winter cleaning because I'm like, you're cooped up in the house all winter, like why not? Out with the old and in with the new. Pick a book to unhaul. Easy peasy. The Writing Retreat by Julie Bartz. I read this last month. I was really hyped about it. I put on my 5-star predictions. I was really excited about it. I thought I was going to love it. Loathed it. So this is going to go. And I have no qualms about it. Spring break. It's the perfect time for an adventure. Pick a book involving a road trip. The first one that comes to mind is Amy and Roger's Epic Detour by Morgan Matson. This is a YA book that I read many moons ago. I don't know why I keep saying that, but I really enjoy it. It's my favorite Morgan Matson book, honestly. It's her first one. It's actually like about a road trip these two characters go on, and there's actually pictures and playlists in them, and it's just really fun. I really enjoyed it. Another great one is The Road Trip by Beth O'Leary. I really like that one. And one that I'm actually reading this month is called Off the Map by Trish Dollar. This one's about like a cross-country road trip of Scotland, I want to say, or Ireland, but I'm really excited for that one as well. Another great one that is thrilling, if you want that, is called He Started It by Samantha Downing. I really enjoy that one. It's about all these siblings that go on this road trip and things start happening. It's really good. Mating season. It's that time of year again when Animal Kingdom makes some babies. Pick a book with some smutty delights. I have that for you. For this one, I picked Tessa Bailey. She's like kind of my go-to when as far as like steamy scenes go required. I do really like Fix Her Up. I do really like that one. Any Tessa Bailey book will do if you're looking for strictly steam. Another one I finished recently that, ooh, steam was real in this one, was The Fine Print by Lauren Asher. This is very big on TikTok and things like that. This is book 1 in the Dreamland Billionaire series. The steam in this was real. I liked it. I didn't love it, but I mean, if you're looking for strictly like smutty delights, this one's got you covered. Question number 7 is rainbows. I feel like spring is made of freaking rainbows. Pick a book featuring an LGBTQ plus character. For this one, I picked one of my favorites, House by the Cerulean Sea by TJ Klune. Oh, in the Cerulean Sea. I always say by or in. I had a hard time. But this one I really enjoyed. This one follows a character, I want to say his name is Linus. Yes, and he kind of falls in love with the owner of the orphanage that he visits. What is his name? Author. And it's just really cute. I love this one. If you want a feel-good book that has magical kids, like there's like a garden gnome, there's a wyvern, there's it's just an amazing book that I love. You hear probably a lot on book 2, but it is worth the hype. It's so amazing. Spring Awakening. This is one of my all-time favorite musicals, even though it's filled with completely dysfunctional characters. Pick a book that's also filled with completely dysfunctional characters. I have to say, I've never seen Spring Awakening. Dare I say, I'm not a big musical fan. I know, but tis me. But anyway, a book that's full of dysfunctional characters, I got a lot. But my favorite, In My Dreams I Hold a Knife by Ashley Winstead. This one, like, all these characters are straight up horrible in this book. Like, you would want to punch every single one of them. Like, go in a row, do it again, do it again. You know what I'm saying? They're horrible. But somehow this book, she makes it work, and I love the ending. I love the book. It's great, but these characters are horrible. There's so many books with unlikable characters. Like, I could do a whole video of, like, if you want books full of unlikable characters, read these. If you want that, let me know, because I will have a laundry list of them. I usually don't do well with books like that. I have to have some characters to grasp onto that have some likableness to them, you know what I'm saying? But In My Dreams I Hold a Knife is one of the fair few that I wanted to punch everybody, but I was having a good time. The book, I don't know. And the last question we have is In Like a Lion, Out Like a Lamb. Pick a book series that didn't get better as it progressed. And for this one, I was like, oh, I don't know. Like, that's hard to say. But then I thought of a romance book series that I have been saying that recently, and that is the Well Met series by Jen DeLuca. This is one of my favorite romances. I love this romance. It's about a Renaissance fair. It's in a small town. It's great. I really enjoy it. The first book, phenomenal. The second book, horrible. Easily the worst of the series. The third one, it was okay. The fourth one, not that good. So it's like, it's kind of like, why did you continue on? You should have just stuck with this one, been one and done. That would have been good. I like the whole idea of them, but they just weren't that great as the original first one. At least that's just my opinion. As always, these videos are my opinions. If you disagree with them, that's okay. I always say that, and I truly mean it. But either way, that was the Spring Has Sprung book tab. I will be going on to wish that there's no rain and that more sun comes out, because I want that. I want to be outside with my kids. I want to be playing. I want to be walking. You know, I like being outside. I really, truly do, and I do love the spring a ton. In my state, we don't get that much of a really good spring. It's either like fully winter or fully like summer, and there's not a lot of in between. So hopefully we'll get a good spring this year. If you want to do this tag video, if you want to do this tag, please do. As always, thank you so very much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.